So, patch 2.0 came out, and I gotta say, I'm not a big fan at all. Very first thing I noticed was that the Sunsinger got nerfed to shit, at least for this week. The Sunsinger will be nerfed in PvP due to the changes in intellect, discipline, and strength being in tiers. And because our gear is shit compared to level 40 gear, we're using level 20 stuff. Cooldown times have been heavily affected until we get new gear. So with the Sunsinger, I was rocking tier 2 intellect and tier 2 discipline, and I was struggling to throw 3 grenades in one super with Viking Funeral on, because why would I use Radiant Will when I'm gonna get it less? And it was ridiculous playing Sunsinger. Was not happy at all. As far as the nit and gritty, the weapons, I think when you're gonna make weapon changes, I would much rather see developers buff all of the other guns rather than nerf the top tier guns. Of course, you can do a mix, which they tried to do, and it didn't. I don't think it worked out at all, honestly. The auto rifles are still horrible due to they have like a hard-on for range, for adjusting the range and range drop off for auto rifles. Not sure why. Suros out of CQC is a joke. It's terrible. Hardlight is still awful. I think the only good guns worth using are pulse rifles. Pulse rifles are the new hand cannons, baby. This is a Claw Slayer medal. That felt pretty good to get that. This is amazing. Bad Juju and the Red Death, I think, are the new Thorn and Last Word. Where if you're not using them, you know, of course, there's the Hopscotch Pilgrim, whatever the fuck that myth of a gun is. But pulse rifles are the new hand cannons. We'll see how long that lasts. I've just been pretty much exclusively using the Bad Juju after I got my rounds in with all of the guns. Let's see. I think LMGs, as you can see in Rift, are definitely going to be the way to go, because you're going to need to be able to clear out spawns quickly, and you're going to need to hold them down. And rocket launchers got a slight nerf, and you just don't have as many rockets, and you can't get as many kills as you can with an LMG. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? The new maps are shit. Shocker. I played Bannerfall twice. First match we got mercied on, lost in like 2 minutes. Second match I got a 25 kill streak, so don't really know what's going on with that map. This map, just people falling off. That's all it is. It's just people falling off. You can blink across. I'm not sure if you need maximum agility. I did it with the Spark. It could be spoilers. I'm not sure if that's in this video or not. I don't think full armor is going to be necessary anymore. Let's see. What else do I not like? The arc bolt is complete shit now. Blade Dancers, man, hit hard. It does, I think, 91 damage. So it's doing less damage than a pre-patch Firebolt without Touch of Flame. Where before, if you weren't using Touch of Flame, at least you could have 2 Firebolts. And Blade Dancers can only have 1 grenade. That's just terrible. Firebolts also do less damage. I think they do 84 or 85. It's just rest in peace. Bolt grenades. Lightning Grenade and Axiom Bolt are definitely the best grenades right now. Lightning Grenade is so solid, especially in this game mode. Oh, this could be it right here. Mr. Red Bar. Red Bar is still a thing. Elite Army was destroying me. Shotguns are still a thing. Oh my god, they're still a thing. It's just ridiculous. See, this is what happens when you nerf basically everyone's favorite primaries, what do? Oh, I guess I'll just use my shotgun more. That's exactly what happened before, when they nerfed the auto rifles. Again, when Suros was doing 37 damage, everyone just used their shotguns because they didn't know what primary to use. You see a lot more snipers, as you can see. These two try to snipe. It's so difficult to snipe in this game when you're being pelted by a pulse rifle or scout rifle because of fucking view kick. Hate it. Another thing I don't understand about this patch is with Bungie's hard-on with range drop-off with the hand cannons and auto rifles, I have with Send It on the bad juju, you rarely see any number that isn't 18 or 27 due to drop-off. There's going to be some clips coming up on the bridge map where I'm shooting them from across the bridge and I'm doing max damage, where with Thorn on the sea base on Firebase Delphi to the connecting like bridge area to the left where you go down the ramp and you can go out into the sand. If you go on top of that, I was doing 49 damage from that far away. Was it that spot? It might have not been that spot. But the point is I was doing 33% less damage at a specific range with Thorn. Where with the bad juju, I haven't seen damage drop off yet. And I've played every single DLC map. And I used this gun for over a dozen games. And I used the Thorn for like 2 games. They over fucking do everything. The last word, bug, lasted a year. All they had to do was get rid of the bug, honestly. Getting a multi-kill with that gun now should be an achievement. It should be like a 100 gamer score. If you get 2 kills with 8 shots and they're both full shields. And you don't use like a grenade or anything. Because that's not going to happen. Unless they're like AFK. It's just not going to happen. And then, okay, let's talk maps. Memento is fucking awful. It's Skid Row, but worse. How is that possible? Let's talk Rift. Okay. You have game modes like Control where people just want to fucking sit. They just sit and they don't want to go for flags. Well, sometimes. Because you have Venus where everyone wants to capture that one flag. Then you have Rift where if a fucking blueberry picks up the flag right there, arc bolt grenades will do different damage if you die when it explodes. And this Titan just randomly flies like 100 feet. And that was so dumb. So, bolt grenades do more damage when you die, so that's why he broke my shields with arc bolt right there. Back to my point. If a blueberry picks up the spark, it's like their controller is automatically, the sprint button is just permanently pressed. And they just run forward in a straight line. So many people panic when they pick up the spark. No one has any fucking clue of how to use it. They just run headfirst into the enemy and die and get like 300 points. And this streak was just stupid as fuck. I shouldn't have lived as long as I did. But it's very frustrating playing with randoms in this game mode. That was amazing. He swiped and then he just disappeared. And then Hoodie Nova bombs him. I Nova bomb this guy. Somehow that missed. Failed to save Roscoe's life. And then, oh, if that was a headshot, that would have been ill. Hey, don't push me right here. I'm trying to bait the heavy. This guy golden guns. Hit him in the chest. He just disappears. Oh, if I had the ram on, I would have lived right there. But anyways, Rift is going to be one of those game modes where playing with randoms is horrifying, and then playing with a team is going to be too easy. What does that sound like? Every single fucking game mode. Changes I would like to see. Why do kills have to affect every single game mode? Why can't we have a true fucking objective game mode? Why can't it just be caps? First to 3. Switch sides after 5 minutes. It should be first to if they're gonna keep the scoring like this, it should be first to 10,000 and then switch sides. Another very prominent problem with this game mode is going to be that the maps were not designed for it. Okay, so you have maps like this one, where if you get wiped and they're pushing in with the spark, you spawn on the spark and you have a perfect little base area to just camp and wait for them to come. These maps were not designed for Rift. You can't have a CTF style game mode and then have spawns on the flag. At least spawns that are active while the enemy team is pushing forward. That's not how it works. Okay, if you ever played Pit Capture the Flag, and you have at least 2 or 3 members in the enemy base, and one of them pulls flag, the enemy team literally will not spawn. Okay, this is what I'm talking about with the no damage drop off. It's like a sniper rifle. The enemy team, 99% of the time, will not spawn on the flag. They'll either spawn Mauler if you have no one blocking it, or like 80% of the time, they'll spawn S1. And then if you have full map control, you'll have a sniper either in sword or near like near the needles area, just spawn killing at S1. Because you spawn at the left and right sides of the flag. That's how it works. You cannot spawn on the flag. Bungie, you would think, would know this, considering they basically created the best capture the flag game mode ever in Halo. Vaccine just blows up because we couldn't move forward. That was pretty funny. So yeah, that's just very troublesome. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? I think the best changes are the cosmetic changes. Like this helmet I'm wearing changes with the shader, looks good. And the fact that Blink Strike does arc damage, that'll be really helpful in Nightfalls with Khepri Sting. And those are like the only changes that I like that I can think of. Aggressive ballistics got hammered too. Why'd they have to nerf so many year 1 things? Field Scout, Perfect Balance, Send It, all of this shit just got drilled into the ground. It's so annoying. Really don't like that. Basically, if Mayhem isn't fun, I'm just gonna raid, and once the raid, if the raid is somehow worse than Crota's End, then GG Destiny for 2016. Sick and tired of this shit. Like, I'm already not gonna play PvP until Taken King comes out. I wanted to play Mayhem this week, but they didn't give it to us. The Ram nerf is actually the third positive, because now we can use other Warlock exotics and not feel like we're at a disadvantage. And one of the things I'm looking forward to most is just using Veil, Sunsinger. Veil, Sunsinger, and Mayhem. So, once I get my stats, because having just tier 2 stuff is terrible. What's the point of having all these specific numbers on your gear if those numbers don't add up enough and then you get no bonus at all? So if you use the RAM right now and you don't have anything else in strength, the strength from the RAM won't apply to your character because you don't meet a tier requirement. So if it's tier 0's 1 minute recharge and tier 1 is like 55 seconds, because the stat doesn't add up, you'll just still have a minute even though you have strength. Horrible idea. I don't know who the fuck came up with that, but I really hope they take it out. Also, you need at least 34 to clear a tier. So a lot of builds I have right now have like 68 intellect and like 70 disciplines, double tier 2. So I'm sure there's some stuff I missed. It'll probably be in the comments and replies to you salty people. I don't like it at all, honestly. Not too many positives. At least not for now. We need new gear. It's that simple. We need new fucking gear.